Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. This time I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. Something I've actually been wanting to do for quite a few months now. I don't know if I started thinking about this I think it might have been last year. I don't know. I've been trying to do a video on, media, like physical media and all that for a long time now. But I've not been able to get to it because, either we've been having, holidays and all that, or my dad's had surgery or something, or I've been having issues with my medication. There's been a lot of stuff going on because I don't know if I've talked about this before or not, but I do have bipolar, and it kind of makes it difficult for me because I have depression and all that. So there's been a lot going on and all that. But what I want to do in this video is I've been wanting to kind of help you guys out. This is for people who either prefer physical media or like to collect it, and guiding to doing so. So for people, if people just want to listen to me and all that too, who don't care about that stuff, that's fine. If you guys don't care about watching, that's fine too. But I want to give out guides because I know physical media is actually kind of making a comeback, a lot bigger than a lot of people realized. I kind of saw this kind of coming before other people, but I kind of noticed my surroundings a bit more. It could be an autism thing because I kind of heard about that too, that people who have autism and all that tend to notice things like that more, so that could be a thing too. So even though I have depression, I guess there's that, to know about, and that's a good thing. But I want to talk about this, and I was wanting to make more title cards for this, talking about each location and other spots to get, that stuff. I wanted to do stuff like that, but because I'm so behind on my videos lately, I kind of want to get caught up, and trying to make cards and all that is it takes a long time to do. So, and plus I actually have a very big video for you guys. I'm not going to spoil what it is, but I will say it is a review thing. I do have that planned here in the future. So, that kind of took a little while too to go through and all that. So, because, I had to go, watch some stuff and all that to get that stuff done. I actually, have to do that a lot anyway with TV shows and stuff because I do reviews on them. So, that kind of goes with the whole physical media thing, But I'm someone who collects a lot of physical media, so I don't want to sound like I'm patting myself on the back here, but I feel like I'd be a good choice to kind of, I don't want to sound like I pat myself on the back. It kind of makes me look like I'm doing that, or sound like I'm doing it, because you guys can't, really see me doing that, like talking, But I do know that's kind of a thing, and all that, so there is that, and whatnot. And sorry if you guys hear some noise. I have a kitten in this house too. I wanted to clarify it before I start the video. Apparently I had a kitten follow me on the road on the way home, like I was taking a walk, and, because I like fall and I like taking walks. Oops, sorry about that. That was an accident. That was a failed video. I was trying to start it, and I had to get on to him for taking off because I had to, get up and get him off the table, because he's a kitten and doesn't know better, and I was like, that's easier than having to, because the video was already counting down and all that when I was starting it, so that's kind of why that is there, but I just didn't get to delete it yet, but I just think, that stuff's kind of, but like I said, I kind of wish that we we just kept one kitten and just got rid of this other one. Just because because you know, like, it's kind of hard to take care of two of them, especially when you gotta take care of other animals and all that. But I don't know. But I mean, they were complaining about me with the dog and all that. That'd be a big responsibility, and then they turn around and get a kitten on top of it. Well, keep a kitten, and so yeah, that just kind of frustrates me. But that's kind of the thing is, I don't have the money to really be going, you know, and get my own place right now either, to not deal with this stuff. But I kind of love and hate my family at the same time. You know, it's kind of a love-hate relationship. I mean, there's a difference between, you know, getting annoyed by them and then, like, you know, kind of, you know, this. But I mean, if I weren't living with it, it probably wouldn't be as bad. But because I can't afford my own place right now and all that, that's kind of what I have to kind of deal with it, you know. So, but anywho, I kind of been going on for a long time, but I want to talk about the kitten too. Let's just go ahead and get into the video. Let's talk about this. So physical media, as you guys know, it's kind of harder to come across it now because we've lost movie stores like we lost Blockbuster. We still have a Blockbuster in you know, Oregon, but as the chains, you know, closed down and all that, and I tried to offer to order some DVDs from there, but that because I'm collecting DVDs for reviews and all that. As I say, I review stuff and shows, and I have some stuff I can't find anywhere, but they only rent stuff, and I'm like, that doesn't do me any good, you know, if I'm not, like, if I don't live around Oregon, you know. And then you have, like, Family Video, which was also a rental store, but unlike I think Blockbuster, you could buy a lot of stuff from. Family Video, you could only rent pretty much things. There were some things you could buy too, but a lot of it you had to rent and all that. And then you have we've had Hastings. I had Hastings where I was growing up. It wasn't a big chain, but they also sold movies and games and all that too. And then they closed down. Now they closed down. I think they had other problems. They didn't close down because of Netflix, because they sold kind of, they were a bigger store and sold more than just like movies. They sold games and all that too. So I might even talk about that in the video too. I mean, I might even include that. I could include that in a separate video, but it's kind of physical media too, so I might include it too. But the thing, my point is a lot of chains, like big store chains that were around back in the day, sadly have closed down, making it a lot harder to find physical media. A lot of stores are not, like, carrying the stuff anymore, which honestly, I'm kind of shocked because people are still buying the stuff and all that. I'm guessing Hollywood probably is trying to force people to subscribe to their streaming services and all that. So they're trying to make people watch their streaming services, you know. So they're probably maybe telling the stores not to sell stuff anymore or something. I don't know. But like stores like Target and all that are pretty much getting rid of their physical media. I think ours still has a small selection of it, but it's pretty much gone and all that. And Best Buy got rid of theirs, which I don't understand why Best Buy did that. Best Buy, that's probably stupid of Best Buy to do that, because Best Buy's big thing was that, I mean, their DVDs were expensive. I won't lie about that. They were expensive. But that is kind of a where, you know, you got all that stuff at and whatnot. But now it's like, like I said, it's getting harder and harder to find it. However, I don't think it's all gonna go completely away. What I can see happening is, I can see them, maybe somebody or some people probably bringing back, you know, these stores and all that, and just selling older stuff. Because there's going to be a point in time where Hollywood is just going to quit selling, you know, that stuff in general. And there's going to be a time when video games are all digital and all that too. But people can still sell older stuff. So I'm thinking it's probably what's going to end up happening, honestly. It's pretty much going to happen. So, yeah, I don't know. But I want to say, though, some places I will say that could be a good place to buy the stuff could be pawn shops. Like, there are pawn shops all over the place. I found some pretty good deals there with some stuff, some movies that were only a couple bucks and all that. Like, you can get them really cheap and all that. You can get them cheap and all that. My thing is, though, is it can still be kind of hard to find exactly what you're looking for, because you would have to, like, travel all over the place, and that could cost money with gas and all that, too. You know, that could cost money with gas. So there's pawn shops, and then there's also, you know, Walmart. Walmart is still selling DVDs all over the place. Well, except Australia, I think. Well, they quit selling Disney DVDs. I don't know if they're still selling, you know, DVDs with you know, from other companies. But they don't sell them there anymore. The thing is, though, the problem with Walmart, though, here's my problem with Walmart. Although you can get DVDs like, you know, complete sets and all, they're selling them like crazy. They only are selling the newer stuff. Where pawn shops, they sell older stuff. They sell older stuff. They don't just sell the newer stuff. I think they might sell some new stuff, but they pretty much sell older stuff. They do. They pretty much you know, sell older stuff and all that. So yeah, I mean, that could be a problem there, because, you know, with newer stuff too, they tend to send, like, well, companies, you know, in general, not just, you know, Disney and all that, but like Paramount and all of them and Warner Brothers, they all like censor stuff throughout years and all that for generations. So trying to find what you're looking for could be kind of hard, you know, and all that. Like for me, for example, you know, with like Pixar and all that, like, I kind of liked watching, well, Pixar and The Lion King, for example, I liked watching that stuff with the older logos and all. Some people may not mind that, but I do. And then there's also, you know, like, they do banned scenes and all that, like Lilo and Stitch, they have, you know, censored the, you know, I mean, I don't think it's like a big deal. I think it's stupid, but I mean, replacing the dryer with a pizza box, I'm like, I never understood that, because when I was little, I did that too. Not saying you should hide yourself in a dryer, but I'm like, the chances of a kid getting stuck in there is very slim, because parents are gonna see their kids in there. I mean, even a baby, like a baby with a baby probably wouldn't even be able to go in there because they're not able to walk, but they could literally go inside there to be perfectly fine, you know. Like a cat can, like, you know, like this kitten here by me. He can actually go inside a dryer. I could see him. You know, I mean, you could throw clothes in there and I not be able to see them, but usually you have to get a handful at a time and all that. So if you bury, you know, your cat in there and all that, you're probably gonna still see it, you know. So I mean, like I said, the whole thing is stupid and all, but I don't think it's like, I don't know. It kind of depends on who you talk to. I mean, like I said, I think it's stupid. What they do. I don't like them censoring stuff, and removing the classic logos and all that. But that's kind of why, again, we have physical media. Because you also have studios like Paramount that removed, you know, a SpongeBob episode. Actually, Paramount Plus in general, they're not all the shows. There's actually quite a few of them that I watch that still have every episode, but there are some that don't have every episode. You have to get it on DVD, which I'm not sure exactly why. I think they had some license issues with like Jimmy Neutron and all that, but like SpongeBob, they just censored it. Well, I mean, they just got rid of the episode because it's problematic in today's world, which made people mad. But that's why, again, we have physical media and all that too. So, speaking of which, I do know that they're re-releasing SpongeBob DVDs, and one of them that's supposed to come out, what's supposed to come out at least, I actually have not seen it, but there's supposed to be a 300 episode thing. Well, it's supposed to be a 300 episode release thing, which could be just re-releases and all that, and then there's also the another 100 episodes and all that, or whatever it's called. I don't know why they label it. I'm not sure why they don't just label it 100 episodes Volume 1, 100 episodes of Volume 2, and instead of just renaming them every single time. I don't know. Like, I don't know what this one's supposed to be called, but I do know they're making another set of them, and I think it should have already been out. But once again, I cannot find it anywhere, so I don't know. I don't know where the heck it's at. So yeah, like I said though, Walmart is still a pretty good place to find it. Well, the problem is with Walmart though is they do tend to have problems where the cases and all that are broken and all that. I bought quite a few there that are broken. I mean, you could say it's not really Walmart's fault. That's just the people that sell them, but there's also sets I bought where they're not in bad shape. But like I said, there are some too, like where the discs fall out of them and don't stay in there and all that. But you can also, like, I will say this is something I discovered, that you can actually replace if you need to, you can replace you can buy maybe some sets, swap them around and all that too. You'll make it work that way too. But again, it can make it more of a hassle too, to do that. But a lot of these sets too at Walmart is selling, they actually have older ones too. But they have older sets. They have older sets, so yeah, basically that's the thing. You can buy some older sets too. You don't even need to buy the newer stuff, and all that. That's kind of what I wish I did with Ren and Stimpy, because that case was falling apart, was not in good shape, and I don't really care for the show a lot. I watched it, and it's like, it's not really interesting, and it's kind of just random, stupid humor and all that, but I wanted the set in case I wanted to review some episodes, and then the case was all freaking busted and all that, and like it wasn't like super busted, but it was falling apart, and the discs were constantly falling out of it. I'm like, well, Walmart at least needs to check this shit before it. They don't bother checking their stuff, which just really pisses me off. They need to check the crap before they, put it on the shelves, instead of just like, oh, we're just gonna put it on the shelf and not bother checking it. Because that's fucking stupid. I'm sorry. I don't want to say it like that, but it's true. It is fucking retarded that they do this stuff, because this stuff costs money and all that. And I mean, I would say Walmart probably isn't the greatest place to buy a DVD. I will say that, in my opinion. I mean, you could buy them there, but I would definitely recommend going to I would go to a other store over that. But you also have stores like Amazon as well. Now Amazon, I would probably say Amazon. I don't know. I would probably say they could be better to honestly buy the stuff on the, like if you go on Amazon, you could probably buy the sets. That's where I've gotten some of my sets too, on Amazon. You got Amazon or eBay. Honestly, I would say I would kind of categorize both of them as kind of the same thing, because eBay and Amazon are both online companies and all that, and you can say eBay is more so for people like to use the company to sell stuff, while Amazon has its own thing. But Amazon is also having other people sell crap too on there too, so you gotta be careful. And that's probably where the biggest problem is. Like, you can get the DVD and all that, and I mean, you can test it out. But if it doesn't work, you got to send it back, and all, which can be kind of a pain and all that, because you got to, if you really want to watch something, you got to wait and all that to. And I mean, you got streaming, you know, but like I said, this is more physical media and all that. And for me, I don't like really watching streaming as much because I like to collect DVDs, and I also like to collect DVDs and Blu-rays, but I usually collect DVDs because they're better and all that. Well, they're not like they do scratch up a bit more if you don't take good care of them, but it's more so like I don't like how like Blu-rays they kind of get lazy with the menus and all that, and so yeah, I basically, you know, kind of be careful with that. So like Sony, for example, they release some of their crap on there, and they kind of they change it up and all that, and it can be kind of annoying. So I just get the older stuff on DVD, you know, just because I'll buy Blu-rays for like newer stuff, because I mean, it's gonna be impossible to find, like, let's say like Kung Fu Panda 4, you know, an older version of it, but yeah, but I will say though, it's kind of, you know, it's kind of nice to have all that, you know, and you know, like, I mean, because, you know, that way not all your discs will get scratched up as easily, but the older stuff, I usually don't get them on Blu-ray because Blu-rays didn't release until way later. A lot of them, they censor and edit the older crap and all that, and you might as well just get it on, you know, DVD. That's why I have like a lot of the Pixar movies on DVD, because the older ones, because you know, they like I said, I don't like how they replace the new logo like on the older like movies. I don't like they do that, because they do that with their Disney ones too, like I'm not Shrek, I'm thinking of DreamWorks. I mean The Lion King. The Lion King and Little Mermaid are examples. They're popular movies, and they, instead of, you know, re-releasing, you know, the Blu-rays and all that, and having the old logo, they have the new one. So that's why, like Toy Story and all that, I still have the old stuff, you know. But yeah, I will say though, it is kind of a little bit annoying having to deal with that. But again, that's why I like getting older stuff. So I would definitely say Amazon could be a good one too, because that's unfortunately where I'm going to have to get a bunch of the stuff. Now, I could search for in the wild, but honestly, it takes a long time. Another thing I will say that you could probably do as well is go to garage sales. People can sell garage sale stuff, and a lot of times you'll find movies there. I found some there. I have. My problems with garage sales, though, especially with movies, games, I've heard people found some pretty good games. And I actually will say, with garage sales, I found some pretty good shit with garage sales. You know, I found myself, I probably shouldn't say it like that. I won't say stuff. I found some really good stuff, you know, at garage sales. Because, you know, I have some people are with online and all, I get mad at people for cursing, you know, but I mean, I hear people cursing all the time on YouTube and other platforms, so, yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I will say, though, I will say that's definitely a thing, though. Like, I found, it took me forever to find Buzz Lightyear Star Command, The Adventure Begins, which is the original, you know, Buzz Lightyear movie, not the 22 one, but the original one that people don't know about. It's actually not even available on Disney Plus. You have to watch it, like, on DVD or Blu-ray. I can't even really find it on YouTube anymore. I found it one time, like, someone uploaded the video on YouTube, and I think it might have got taken down because I can't find it anymore. Which I'm like, why bother taking it down if you're not gonna freaking put it on freaking, you know, like on, you know, when you're not gonna put it on, you know, streaming or anything like that. I hear you can't even find it on Blu-ray. I think you can find the TV show on there, but not the movie. You can't find the movie at all on there. So I'm just like, why do that, you know? I just don't get it, you know? I mean, of course, they want to be, because corporations want to be selfish, you know, with that kind of stuff, but I'm just like, again, like, I mean, people have the right to upload something if you're not going to make it available to the public, you know? So, yeah, I don't know. I just don't get it, but, well, I mean, I do, but, you know, in other ways I don't either, but I did get lucky with that, and I've also found DVDs there too. But the problem is with garage sailing, though, it is very hard to, like, come across a lot of these movies. Like, it really is. It's really hard to kind of come across these. Like, I've actually had to go online. I'm not kidding. I had to literally go online to find, you know, some of the stuff, you know. I had to go online to find some of this, you know, stuff because I couldn't find it anywhere, like at the garage sales or anything, you know. So, I don't know, garage sales I think is definitely a good one too. I will say though, I don't know exact these chains very well, but I do know where I am at in Missouri, we have we still got like some Radio Shacks left. We have a couple. I think most of them were shut down, but we do have a couple that are still around. We also have Slackers and V-Stock, which are actually stores like Hastings. They really are. They're literally like Hastings. But they're literally stores like Hastings and all that, and you know, and all that, and I just go there and buy stuff too. Not V-Stock, Radio Shack, on the other hand, Radio Shack, I will say, it's not really, Radio Shack is, Radio Shack is a movie, it has mostly movies and games. It doesn't have, like, plushes and all that, but there are a few of them still around, but, yeah, they're not as big as they were. But they're still around, and I hear there are some outside of that, too. Some people got very salty with me at all, and call me I'm full of crap and all that in the comments. And I'm like, I'm not freaking full of crap. I'm not lying. I'm like literally serious. Like, look it up. I've been to one. I'm actually going to be going to Radio Shack on Thursday. So I'm just before you start insulting me and calling me a bunch of baloney, go check it yourself. You know, don't get all salty with me. I'm sure people online can be kind of just freaking, you know, obnoxious, but I guess I don't really care about those people. People can just go rot somewhere. I don't care, but I'm not even fibbing. I'm serious. Like, I was literally at one, and actually the guy there was pretty nice. I will say, though, kind of getting a hold of him on the phone can be kind of annoying. I tried calling him a few times because I was like, are they still open, or are they actually closed? And I decided to go out there to see, because I wasn't sure, and they were still open, because I know Google will do that. Google will, like, say something's open, like for example, a Sears. You guys don't know what a Sears is. They're a store that's over 100 years old. Yeah, they're a really old chain. They're really old. And, apparently they I think in 2002, was it 2002 or, no, it wasn't 2002, I can't remember, like, it might have been 2004, I think is what it was, maybe, where they said I saw a commercial on that from, like, it says the 50th anniversary or something like that, because I was looking up some commercials and all that, and saw that they had their 50th anniversary. But they are a lot older than that, because because I know they were around for a long time, but I guess maybe when they became, you know, their actual brand, maybe that's what it was, I don't know. It's kind of like 20th Century Fox, you know, even though, like, I mean, it's, you know, 20th Century Studios now, but even though it was made with, it was, you know, around way before that, you know, with Full Fox was, they merged with the company 20th Century Pictures, which was founded then, and it actually became, you know, so I guess technically that was still a thing, but I don't know. Like I said, the whole thing is kind of just confusing, but my thing is, though, is I looked them up, and I was actually going on a walk there, and they weren't even open. They were closed, and the reviews said about a few weeks ago, like they were a couple weeks ago, but that's not true because they're not from a couple weeks ago. They're actually from they're from a long, like they shut down quite a few years ago, because we lost I think pretty much like all the Sears. We lost all of them, back in 2017. We lost all the Sears. They pretty much all closed. I think I don't remember if there was like at the one like in the mall in Columbia had it before that, but I think in 2017, because a lot of them did close. I even looked at the Chesterfield Mall, and I saw that it like even on maps it shows it's closed too and all that. So I don't know. I don't know. The whole thing is just confusing, but I wanted to kind of go to one that was open. That way I could show you guys, we'll show people in general what they look like, because I don't think I got one at the mall if I don't remember correctly. Or if I remember correctly, so yeah, but because I'm talking about the mall in Jeff too. There was the one in Columbia too, but I don't think I ever recorded a Sears at all. So yeah, but yeah, basically, they were around for a long time and all that too, and so yeah, but unlike like Radio Shack, like I said, that's why they weren't around. Because that's what I was thinking Radio Shack was too, but nope, it was still open, and I think it's still open now because it's been open forever. Because Google said too they closed all of them down. Well, it's saying they're back in business. They're just not as big as they were. But this one never closed. I even talked to the person working there. They never closed. So they've been open this entire time in Eldon, and I didn't even know about it. That's pretty cool. But I'm getting kind of sidetracked here. I'm just kind of telling you guys a little bit about stuff too about that. But that's the thing. Don't just go online and say that's like in trash on somebody saying they're full of baloney unless you actually know it. But I don't know. But I'm trying to think like what else I could do. Can't say Redbox anymore. Redbox is gone. And Redbox, I think they pretty much only had certain kinds of movies too. Like I couldn't find a lot of them there. But even then Redbox was like I was gonna include Redbox, but I was gonna say Redbox, they have just the Redbox cases. So unless if you're collecting the stuff, it wouldn't have been good anyway, because you wouldn't be able to see the covers on the movies. I mean, if you were just pirating them, then that's a different story, but I don't know. But I will say I forgot about one store too, and that's Goodwill. I went to some Goodwills and found quite a bit of good stuff too. Now, Goodwill, one thing I will say though, and I've been to not just one but a few, I will say Goodwill, one thing I will say about them is people can steal disc and all that. They can steal disc and not just disc, like other stuff too from the store and all that. And basically they don't have video cameras in there and all that. They're like, I've talked to some people, and I'm like especially the one in the Jeff, and I'm like, can't you guys put like video cameras or something in there? And they're like, we can't do that because I guess there's too many that'd be too many people to keep track of, or something like that, or you have to look back at the footage. And I'm like, I get that, but I'm like, that's why there's security, for people to steal stuff. And I'm just like, I don't know, the whole thing was freaking confusing, but yeah, I will say they are a pretty good one too, even though I found some DVDs that were not that were either not in the best shape or the discs were missing. They for the most part they weren't too bad. So Goodwill is another good one. It's also a place where you can find VHSs, because I'll say VHS. We have some VHS tapes, people don't really collect a bunch of them anymore, but I collect some of them, but not a lot. I actually kind of prefer the DVDs. They don't take up as much space, and they also are things you can watch over and over again. The problem is, though, is some of the VHSs, I've actually owned some growing up, and some of them are for example, Blue's Clues. I mean, I'm a person who still watches Blue's Clues. I don't care what people say. It's a good kids show, and all that. And you gotta love Steve and Joe, but definitely Steve. Steve's the star of the show. You gotta love him and all that. So, but basically, there's a Blue's birthday episode. Apparently, there's also another episode I wasn't aware of too. I knew Blue's birthday was like this, and it made me kind of wonder, what other episodes or what other shows did they have VHS tapes but not have the entire episode, I'm really curious about that. I'm just curious. So, I don't know. But the VHS tapes, though, were, you can find some secrets on them to some older stuff. Even Star Wars, you can go back and, watch the original Star Wars. I was told that they re-released them and actually brought back the old. There was a couple different releases they brought back with the older and original scenes, but I have not been able to find them on DVD at all. We have some of them, but when I was doing reviews on the Star Wars films, I didn't find any of that. I watched a couple different versions to see, because I knew about some of the scenes that were edited, but not all of them. So, unfortunately, you'd probably have to get VHS tapes on them, which those are kind of hard to find. I have found some of those at pawn shops, too. I'm not going to lie, I'm going to tell you guys, I did find the original set. I did find them at that one place. Unfortunately, though, the lady wanted to hold on to them because she offered me to pay $1,000 or something because she was looking up online, because she let me go through her VHS tapes. And I was like, I'm not paying $1,000 for these sets. I'm like, it'd be cool to have access to the original sets, because I never got to really experience that stuff, because I grew up with, the end of the VHS era and the DVD era. Well, the beginning of the DVD era, so I never really got to, experience that stuff, because that came out all the way in the, the 70s and 80s. But, I didn't have access to that, unfortunately. But, they are expensive online. That goes for the Cars VHS, too. They're expensive, too. But the Cars one from Pixar is, expensive, because that one, it was very rare to find. It was really rare to find it, because, it was the last one to be released. And I think I heard it was only released as part of, Disney World and all that, so that's pretty strange, but you can find, apparently they did still make VHS tapes in other countries, but they stopped them here, after a certain amount of time. So but I'm just it's not really worth going on paying for that kind of money online. That's kind of the problem with going online too. Some of this stuff can be expensive, but with DVDs, I think most of them, because they're everywhere, I think they're probably gonna have better luck with DVDs on looking them online. But for me, it kind of, like I said, it kind of depends where you're at. But I don't know. If I were you guys, if I had to suggest, where to find this stuff, I would say either on Amazon or eBay, online, in general. Because there's other online stuff too. Those are just the main examples. You can find them probably at Goodwill or at pawn shops or antique places. You can find them anywhere there, and that would be kind of good, Instead of having to search for them, at stores that might not have them. Because a lot of times these pawn shops, I've been to some that have quite a bit of stuff, and Goodwills too. I've been to quite a few of this stuff. But I would also recommend it, like, online if you can't find them in the wild, because I'm sure there a lot of the stuff's in the wild, but it would take a lot longer. You'd be better off just going online and finding them. And unless it's very expensive, then I probably would just wait to see if you can find this kind of stuff in the wild. Especially VHS tapes. I haven't brought them up a lot, but that's because the VHS tapes are very hard to kind of come across in the wild. You have to find them online. But online, now VHS tapes, I definitely probably wouldn't get them online. I would definitely get them in the wild because although some of them may not be in the best shape, you can still find some in good shape. Like I found some in the wild in good shape because I collect them. I want them in good shape, so you can still find them in the wild. You're just, like I'm just saying, it's better than paying I've seen them sell for quite a bit of money online. So I would recommend like Goodwill or something, and all that. If you're collecting them. If you're not collecting them, we're not just collecting them and you're actually wanting to watch them on VHS, then I would probably recommend a pawn shop or something, or some antique places, because I've seen, there are a few where they kind of pirate crap like a bunch of money. But a lot of them, they are pretty cheap too. So, yeah, I don't know. But I'm going to go ahead and let things go from here because wait, before I do that, I forgot, I told you guys I was going to talk about the games too. Games. Because I wanted to talk about the games, because I've been talking about the other stuff too. And games are kind of in a similar way, I feel like. Well, games, unlike movies and DVDs, you can still find them all over the place. But finding some older ones, I don't know, that's kind of where I feel like it kind of also, I would say you could probably, I would say Goodwill. Goodwill is probably not a place to find them. I found a few games. I even found a Wii there at one point for like $15. It was $30, but they were having a sale and it was like half off. And it was in very good shape. I found a Goodwill there, but a Wii at Goodwill. And I actually think I videoed it back in the day. So, but it's still very hard for you to find stuff like that. So I would recommend probably going to if you want to find some older games, I would probably go to. Well, I would say you could probably go to some like Radio Shacks or something. Radio Shacks, because I have heard that they are. I don't want to say if this is true or not because I haven't been to other ones, but I heard they have come back. I hear they still sell some older games. They do at my place. I do know that. You can buy some older stuff and all that. And then there's also you can also go to GameStop. GameStop's starting to bring back older games, which is probably a good thing because honestly they GameStop, I will say people have complaints about that they're kind of pricey, and I will say they are, but GameStop is still all over the place. And trying to find games like that is kind of hard, but not all of them have gone retro yet. Mine and Jeff still got some older games, but they actually aren't too bad. I bought some, and they're actually in pretty good shape too. So yeah, you can go there. You can go to GameStop, or if you guys want to travel, and I would say Slackers or V-Stock could be good options too. Slackers I probably would say would be better than V-Stock because V-Stock is more expensive than Slackers. V-Stock, you can't, sometimes you can find more options because I've been to Slackers, because I actually go and volunteer there, but I've been to Slacker, a bunch of different Slackers, and honestly, those stores, it is still kind of hard to find some certain games. Where a lot of them I'm trying to find Mario ones, I can't find them, and V-Stock has them. But I will say the one in Jeff is definitely not the greatest location. I feel like they have a lot of stuff there, but some of their stuff they're selling there is not in great shape. They kind of just sell whatever, and I kind of feel like they should just sell some good stuff. So yeah, but But yeah, I mean, but I don't know. I feel like buying these games online though is not worth it. You'd be better off just waiting and seeing if you can find them and all that, because you can make a list on what you're looking for and buy it. You'd definitely be better off going to some older stores instead of getting them online. I think that's ridiculous, because I've seen some people sell some crap online very expensive, and people found them, later on, like in the wild. Like, I'll tell you guys, for example, there's a game called Wii U Party. I don't know if I've ever owned that game or not, but I actually found it at Slackers, which is ironic because I said VSock is where you'll find a lot more of the games at. Slackers, I will say, has a lot more, games and all that. So, they had that game, they had that game there, and that was a lot cheaper. It was still $60, which is kind of what they cost before, but compared to, I think I seen they were selling them for like $100 online before or something. I think this is definitely a lot better. And I mean, you can always look online for all this stuff for prices, but unlike DVDs, VHSs, and games, I feel like are going to be a lot more. And some of these DVDs will be a lot more because they're very rare DVDs, but they're still not going to be as expensive as the games and all. And even then, you could probably go find them in the wild. But like movies like Song of the South and all that, which I hear it's not a great movie. I hear it's kind of boring, but it's actually banned on Disney Plus. It's like the Buzz Lightyear movie, which that one I don't know why they freaking banned it. They never actually banned. Well, I don't think they banned either one of them. They just don't have them accessed on Disney Plus. So I'm just gonna get them on DVD. I don't have either one on DVD. I have Buzz Lightyear on Star Command on DVD because, like I said, I found those at a garage sale. I found 3 copies, but I only wanted 2 because I wanted to keep the other one there for someone else. I'm like, I don't need 3 copies anyway. So yeah, but I'm actually going to be selling my other copy here pretty soon. I'm going to sell my other copy, but I just haven't, because I have 2 copies. I just wanted to, I was going to hold on to it until I don't, I wanted to hold on to the copy until, it would be kind of cool to keep 2 copies just because of how hard it's to find, but I wanted to keep it until I got it on DVD, which I have not yet, but I'm looking for it. I was trying to order it in the past, but never got to it. So, but anywho, though, I would definitely just this is my recommendations and my tips and tricks to doing all this. I might even be putting this in my tips and tricks videos, which I have not actually had any in my playlist in ages. So, looks like I'm filling something in there again. But, this video was definitely way longer than I thought it was going to be, but I want to help people out, Even though there's people who are awful online and jerks, and I have a lot of people who are also nice and want help, and I'm wanting to help people out, I want to help people out to make them feel better, and nice. I want to be nice to people. But anywho, I'm going to go ahead and let things go from here. See you guys all later. Have a nice day. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.